That's right, and it's just gone 6 p.m. on this Wednesday, the 27th of April, which means it is time for us to have this conversation on mental well-being and music therapy here on the Beat London 103.6 FM in conjunction with Brent Council. So today I've got three amazing people on the panel. I'm really, really excited for today's show because it's such an important topic. It's something that we need to make sure that we are talking about as a society and raising more awareness on. So I have got Angel on the panel today. Angel, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
How are you? Are you okay?
I'm good, thank you very much.
Perfect. So we're going to talk about your story today because you have first-hand experienced mental well-being and music therapy, haven't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Right, so we're going to get into your story. You've even made a track, which we're definitely going to play on today's show. So I'm really excited for that. We have also got Cornelia, an occupational therapist, as part of the panel. Cornelia, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm actually really excited for today's program because this is something that I really think we need to talk about. So we're going to be talking about occupational therapy, what it is, how it works and how it benefits, and of course, your experience with Angel.
Yeah.
So really excited for that. And then last but not least at all, we have got Emma, who is a music therapist. Emma, how are you?
Hello, I'm really good, thank you.
Excellent, excellent. So we're going to be talking a bit about music therapy, how it works, how it can help, all the different ways that music therapy can really help benefit people's lives. So I am really excited for that. So thank you for being on the panel today. So if you do want to get in the conversation, please make sure you get in touch with us on the socials. It's at the Beat 1036 FM on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, because we really want to make sure that this conversation is inclusive and we are taking into account everything that you are feeling. But Angel, let's start with you. So would you mind talking me through your story and your experience?
Yeah, so recently I came out of an admission in hospital due to my mental health. And during my time in hospital, I was engaging in many activities with the OTs, occupational therapists. And one thing I landed on was music therapy while I was there. And that's something that completely changed me and helped me grow as a person as well, because it helped me practice my love for music.
Of course. So you're quite young. How old are you at the moment?
I'm 22.
So 22 years old. And I think for, people in their early 20s of all ages, really, mental well-being is really, really important. And for me, I mean, I've got a younger brother who is that kind of age, and I definitely feel like it's not spoken about enough, mental well-being.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a topic that we need to be raising awareness about and talking about more. So you kind of had ups and downs, you felt low, your mental well-being was really compromised. And then you were admitted into a hospital. And I think you told me before there were some things that you wanted your mum to bring into the hospital, right?
Yeah, that's right. So I phoned her up and I asked her if she could bring in my laptop and my microphone.
Yes.
Which she did, and I ended up making a few songs while I was on the ward.
Wow. So have you always been into music? Has music been your thing?
Yeah, ever since I was little, yeah. So I've always loved it. I played the piano growing up as a kid as well.
So when you were in there kind of by yourself, I think you were in there around COVID times, were you?
Yeah, that's right.
So you're kind of isolated by yourself, and
yeah,
music therapy was the thing that really, really helped you, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So in terms of, being able to express yourself through the music, do you write music in a way that kind of talks about your emotions and talks about your feelings? Is that how music helps you?
Yeah, it's my outlet really of however I'm feeling, it's how I push myself out. So I'll just write it down in a song, and yeah.
Excellent. No, I really love that. And can we talk about Key Changes? What is Key Changes?
Yeah, Key Changes is an organization that basically run different programs for people that experience mental health. Yeah. So I'm currently doing the 12-week music recovery program with them, where I get to go to studio once a week and do artist development as well, which I work on my branding as an artist.
Excellent. So how did you hear about it? Because, for young people, this, unless you kind of know who Key Changes are and you know about these organizations, you don't really hear. So how did you come into contact with them?
Through Cornelia, the OT, via the hospital, yeah.
Excellent. Cornelia, perfect time to bring you in. Are you all right? You good?
Yeah, all good.
Right. So first of all, can we just explain what an occupational therapist does or what occupational therapy is?
Yeah, sure. So occupational therapists work with people experiencing illness or disability, or who are recovering from an illness like a stroke, or even people who are recovering from an operation. So we provide practical support to enable someone to engage in their day-to-day lives. So someone with a mental health difficulty in a mental health hospital, they may not function the way that they usually would. And so as OTs, or occupational therapists, we call ourselves OTs. So I'll refer to us as
OTs. Let's say OTs, yeah.
Yeah, OTs. So we're there to support someone to develop skills so that to maximize their independence and to get someone back to their baseline so that they can manage as independently as they did before coming into hospital.
And how do you get involved with people? Is it kind of because, for example, if there's someone who is in a hospital, do you reach out, or is it like a referral process? How does it work?
We tend to engage with everyone on the ward. So we will meet with all new admissions, introduce ourselves, the OT role, and kind of explore what they feel that they may need, and we can also assess them to see where they may need some support to develop living skills. So we definitely meet with everybody, and we work more with some patients and less with others, just depending on their need. And we also work with them to reach their goals. So it's very patient-led as well. We don't dictate what we do with a patient. They will tell us what they want. So yeah, it's really great.
No, it is. And does it kind of depend on the patient how long you spend working with them? Just in general, as it's not like, for example, a 12-week program where after 12 weeks, that's it. Do you kind of depend on?
Yeah, so it depends on how long the patient is in hospital for and their level of need. So, we run groups on the wards, evidence-based groups to promote mental well-being and recovery. And so all patients are invited to those groups, but then with some patients, we work more on a one-to-one basis. We try and meet patients daily. We do about 4 groups a week, but we do try and meet patients. We can't meet patients all day because there's lots of admin and things like this, but I think with Angel, for example, we definitely caught up every day on the ward. But yeah, we probably met like 2-3 times a week as on a one-to-one basis. Yeah, so we had a good rapport and still do.
Excellent. So Angel, can you talk to me a little bit, Cornelia, about Angel's journey while you were with her? What did you find that she likes? I know she liked music, but what did you kind of find out about Angel and her personality, and how did you work with her?
Well, Angel was a real pleasure to work with, because from day one she was just really open, always up for a chat. She often had, she was always with her headphones listening to her music and just like smiling, she clearly has a real passion for music, and she always wanted to play her music, which was really, her music is amazing, and I just can't believe that she created such incredible music whilst isolating in her bedroom with COVID.
Yes.
Really, really impressive.
Do you know what though? I think that we need to let our listeners actually hear one of Angel's songs, because like you said, the one that I'm going to play now, House Is Not a Home, is absolutely incredible. Angel, would you mind giving us a very quick introduction to the song, and then I can press play?
Yeah, so this is my latest single, House Is Not a Home, available to stream everywhere, Spotify, Apple Music.
Can you hear it? It is playing. It's playing live. I'm just wondering if you guys can hear it.
Yeah. Whoa. This house is not a home no more. I can't let these demons take my soul. No,
this is wicked.
No more. Yeah, this house is not a home. Remember all the times I had to run up on your throne. You always built my But truly I've been hiding all this pain while I'm alone. Yeah, I'm so alone, this ain't no home. I've been crying to the Lord, asking for more. I pour a 40 in my cup, asking for more. I drank some Henny in my head, spinning some more. Yeah, whoa. This house is not a home no more. I can let these demons take my soul no more. I don't even wanna hurt myself no more. No more. Yeah, I can't even handle this pain. Girl, you drive me so insane, yeah, you so crazy. All I wanna do is smoke some purple haze. Girl, I gotta get out of the maze, yeah. It's amazing how you be so fine. Trying to make you mine until the day I die. Yeah. I'ma fuck it up, I'ma fuck it up, I'ma fuck it up. I'ma run it up, set the money up. Yeah, I just want to.
That one there was Angel's song, This House Is Not a Home. Angel, how incredible is that song?
Thank you very much.
I just want to talk about the feeling that went into that song, because I feel like I was there with you. When I listen to that song, I really feel like I am in your space. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for me, that song really, really resonates with me, and I love it.
Thank you.
I absolutely love it. I just want to know, like, so this was the one that you wrote in hospital when your mum brought in your laptop, and you had your laptop and your mic. Is that the one?
No, this is actually one I wrote sometime last year, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. But the songs I made while on the ward, they're currently I'm basically recording them again with key changes.
Right.
So we're in the process, that'll be coming soon in a little EP.
I like that.
Yeah.
You're really working. I like the way you're expressing yourself through your music. I mean, in terms of the composition of the song, was that everything was you? Was that just your vision?
Yeah, my vision. I mixed it myself, and yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Super talented. I am loving that. I actually do love that. Right, so you, speaking of music therapy, I will come back to you, Angel. But Emma, hello. How are you?
Hello, I'm really pleased to be here.
Good. Right, how talented is Angel?
Yeah, amazing.
Super,
It was just,
super
so great to hear that being played out on the radio.
Yes, definitely. Can we talk about music therapy, please? What is music therapy, first and foremost?
Well, music therapy is a psychological intervention, which is quite different to, I think everyone is very familiar with using music in their everyday life, sort of therapeutically. And I think almost everyone in the world has a relationship with music, and they use it in different ways, and associate it with feeling different ways. But music therapists are trained therapists as well as musicians, and we are trained to support people with their psychological and emotional well-being, but using music, and that sometimes, speaking about things isn't very easy, and that using music to express something about what's going on for you can be a way that people can communicate their experiences.
No, I love that. So how long have you been involved in music therapy, and how did you get involved in it?
So I trained as a music therapist in 2015. You have to do a master's training to become a music therapist, and you have to have, everyone who's a music therapist is a musician as well. So I did psychology undergrad, and I'd always played the piano, and I'm a singer as well. So that,
I love that.
And then when I heard that music therapy was a thing that existed, I was like, wow, this is the best of every world, and it sounds amazing. So yeah, then I did my training in 2015, and then I've been working in the NHS since then, and working in research as well.
I like that. So does everyone that attends music therapy kind of have to have some kind of musical background, be able to play an instrument, do some kind of music. Is that what it's about? Or can someone who's never been involved in music but always kind of felt music get involved?
Yeah, so I get asked that question a lot, and I think a lot of people sort of worry about coming to music therapy if they don't know how to play instruments, or if never really tried it. But you really don't have to be a musician. And obviously, in this scenario with Angel, she was a musician, and that was a real motivating factor for her. And I think it sounds like she heard about music therapy and was like, "Wow, that sounds great! I love music." So that was a bit different. But a lot of people that come into the hospital, a lot of people say, I haven't played instruments like this since I was at school, or I don't really sing anymore and I feel a bit nervous about it. But the point is that people can just come and give it a go, and there's really no right or wrong way of playing. It's just about expressing whatever's going on inside and connecting with other people. So I offer groups
and
about
sorry. It froze there. So you offer groups?
Yeah, I offer groups, but music therapists work with people one-to-one as well. But in groups, it's particularly about sharing something about yourself, which Angel did so effectively by bringing the music she'd written about her experiences of being in hospital to the group to share with other patients that were there, to share with me, and then other people could, without her having to explain verbally what was going on for her, everyone just understood. Like you said, you're right there with her. Yeah,
I felt it literally. In-house is not a home. I felt every single word of that song. So what kind of things happen in a music therapy session? Like, how does it kind of work when you're there?
So similar to what Cornelia was saying, it's very sort of client-led. It's up to people what they want to use sessions for, but often there's a focus on musical improvisation. So I will take all the instruments onto the ward, as piano, guitar, drums, lots of percussion and things like that. And people can just play and see what happens. And often we'll get into some kind of groove together, and we'll be, drumming in the same rhythm, and there's something really sort of satisfying about that. And we sometimes sing songs. So I have a song book that we use of like songs that lots of people know, and singing together is a really nice way to connect with each other. And that can make people feel really sort of calm singing together. And sometimes people want to do songwriting, or listening to songs that they know and love and sharing why those songs are important to them, or songwriting, songs that they've written themselves, lyric analysis. It can kind of go anywhere. And we can talk as well if that's what people want to do. But there are lots of opportunities to do talking on the wards. A lot of the other interventions are quite verbal, so it's nice to do something that's not verbal.
Definitely. And I suppose that when you're in those sessions, you can really feel people's emotions, raw emotions. It seems like quite an open space where you can just express yourself in a way that maybe you wouldn't normally. So it's really, really good. I'm loving the fact that Angel is just so, like, she's come such a long way, and when it comes to music therapy, she really swears by it and says it is something that changed her life. And I know a lot of young people where music is their only way of expression, and music is their only form of art, and music is the only thing that keeps them out of trouble. I mean, how many stories have you all heard in the press where, if it wasn't for music, then I would be ... because music really, really helps in so many different ways and different forms. So I actually love that. So I just want to pick, before I head back over to Cornelia, I just want to pick your brains, Emma. So you say you play the piano and you sing. How long have you been doing that?
I started piano lessons, I think, when I was about 6 or 7. So yeah, I always played the piano and always loved doing it it's always felt like a social thing to me. I don't want to play the piano by myself. I want to play it with other people and sing together and connect with other people through music. And I sing in a choir as well. I sing in the London Philharmonic Choir. So I get to do that quite often around London, and that's really nice. But I always see it as a social thing.
Yeah, I do love that. And Cornelia, how would someone become an occupational therapist? Because, for so many young people, that isn't something that's at the forefront of their mind. I don't hear, and I really want to change that. That's why I'm asking this. I don't hear many people say, I want to grow up and be an occupational therapist and I want to get involved in this. How would someone do that?
Well, actually, I wish I'd known sooner what occupational therapy is, because I would have loved to go straight into it and be, 10 years into the job now. But I worked as a mental health advocate before becoming an OT, and that's where I found out what an occupational therapy is and that they even exist. So I'd already done a degree in psychology, so you can go in and I ended up doing a postgraduate diploma, which I completed in October last year. So I'm still relatively fresh in the profession. So you can go in at degree level, but you can also go in through an apprenticeship, which have started since, I think, in 2019. That became quite a thing to offer it as an apprentice type level, so that you can work and learn on the job and still get paid for it. So it's a really, really great way of becoming an OT. So
and I mean, what kind of people do you work with? I mean, Angel sounds like such an incredible person to be working with, but generally, what kind of people do you work with?
So occupational therapists can literally work with and anyone who has a specific need. So you can find us working in mental health hospitals, physical health hospitals, prisons, farms, care homes, schools. So you can work with people of all age ranges, from newborn babies and their mothers to people nearing the end of life. So it's such a great profession, because you can literally work anywhere and with any kind of people that you wish to help. So for me, it was also always wanting to work in mental health. So it's been a really interesting journey.
And Angel, coming back to you, as a young person, how important is mental health? I really want to stress to our listeners, because we have got quite a lot of young listeners. How important is mental health and mental well-being to everyone out there? Because for me, I just find, the reason why I'm asking this is because I find a lot of people kind of play it down. A lot of people may feel anxiety or a little bit down or whatever they feel, and just kind of play it down or brush it under the carpet like it's not that important. But it really is something that is crucial, and it's something that we really need to manage and talk about. So in your opinion, how important is it to have these kind of conversations?
I think it's very important. I mean, your mental well-being is something that you should always try to look after. For me, I've always had problems sometimes, so therefore, I find ways, I reach out for help, support from organizations, family. So it's so important, I believe, that everyone should always feel like it is okay to talk about your problems and to do reach out for help as well.
Super important. And the thing is, this is the next thing I wanted to ask you. When it comes to reaching out to help, I mean, there is a lot of kind of stigma attached to reaching out to professionals, if you want to use that word. A lot of people feel like they shouldn't be going to a professional, getting professional help, because that would say that there's something wrong. A lot of people like to reach out to friends and family. In your experience working with Emma and Cornelia, how positive do you think that is, for people that might have reservations about working with professionals? What would you say? What can you say?
I think, in my personal experience, I've had a great reach with professionals that have helped me a lot. I've come such a long way, and right now mentally I'm in a 100% great space, and I feel great about everything really. And with the help from Cornelia, Emma, and the staff on the ward as well, it was lovely really. And I think.
And what was the thing about Emma and Cornelia that really helped you to progress? Was there anything in particular that Cornelia said or did, or Emma said or did, that really helped you to kind of get into a better place?
Well, with Cornelia, we always got on, as I remember, like from the beginning. Like I used to see her all the time and give her a spud, and then we used to just go about our day. And then she introduced me to Emma as well, which was great. And then Emma's really cool. She's sick at like everything musically. And it was amazing really to meet the both of them. And I'm just blessed really.
So you say you're in a better space now mentally, which is absolutely incredible. I'm so pleased to hear that. So do you still kind of stay in touch with Cornelia and Emma and still work with them even though you're in a better space?
Well, actually, they put me onto organizations out in the community. So I'm working with Key Changes, as you mentioned, and I'm working with Ignite as well, which are a youth group based in Harrow.
Oh, okay. And what
Yeah.
do they do? How do they work?
So they help out with, they run different activities through music, sports, and they help with employment as well. So they do tons of different things, and I'm currently working with them as well.
I like that. That's really good. Do you know what it is? It's just positive, you know. There's been a lot of stuff on social media as well that kind of hasn't ended up positively. You know, I don't know if you've been across socials, Emma, Cornelia, as well, where, you know, on Instagram you find a lot of people just genuinely feeling like they can't manage their emotions, you know, and social media, you know, I feel like some of the stuff I'm seeing is them expressing how they feel through social media because they can't express it for whatever reason in other places, or they feel as though they can't express it. You know, would you, Angel, how do you feel about working with other young people? Is that something that you want to do? Is that something that you want to get involved in?
Yeah, 100%. I've been looking at some volunteering opportunities across the mental health field. So I love working with people, talking to people. So I'm quite open to it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really like that. And Cornelia, what kind of other approaches would you say there are to kind of managing your mental well-being? Because of course we've got the music therapy. What other things do you think people could do to kind of help manage?
I think it's really important to do the things that you enjoy doing, which might sound really obvious, but you know, people end up, you know, doing all their schoolwork or working all the time, and then they might not make time for themselves to do things that they really enjoy. So for me, you know, going to the gym, something like that, you know, exercise has proven time and time again that it really improves mental health and well-being. And I'm a real believer in getting involved in your community and social inclusion. So that's one of the reasons why when I met Angel, you know, we talked a lot about music, and I remembered Key Changes because I'd heard about them many years ago through a hospital where I was working at the time, and I thought, you know, it's proven to be beneficial for your mental health to have a structure and a purpose and, you know, meaning in your daily life. And so I've, you know, spoke about it with Angel, and it made perfect sense because it would give her a structure in the community and also help her with pursuing her career in music. So, yeah, that's how that came about. And, you know, I'm really glad that she's, you know, attending, and she was so excited about the referral. So I'm really, really happy about that.
Yeah, good. And it sounds like it is going really, really well. And we will talk about some more of your music in a minute, Angel. But Emma, I just want to know, music therapy. It's something that a lot of people have been talking about, maybe not in the term music therapy, but having music to help with mental health and helping you kind of express your emotions has been something that people have been talking about for a long time. But it's only now that I think music therapy as a kind of notion is being pushed. In the next few years, how do you think music therapy will kind of develop and change and integrate more into society?
Well, yeah, I agree that it's becoming more and more acknowledged as a really helpful way of supporting people when they're going through difficult times. And actually, music therapy is one of kind of 4 main arts therapies. So there's also art therapy, drama therapy, dance movement therapy. There's the 3 others that are sort of often provided in NHS services. And I think one thing that's really helping is that there's a lot more funding for research coming through. So we're kind of able to really demonstrate like how and why it's helpful for people. And I think the main thing is getting people like Angel who have had good experiences to come and sort of help us design research and understand more about what's helpful, how it helped them, and sort of to try and just keep advocating for the arts, the creative arts. But I hope that over the over the coming years, there'll be more acknowledgement of all the ways in which, because music therapy is a specific thing, but just music and all the creative arts, how helpful they can be for people in their everyday lives.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've seen, Angel is a perfect example, but I've seen people's lives literally just be changed, literally be changed by music therapy. And is music therapy something that anyone can get involved in, regardless if they've got, maybe a special needs kind of situation, if they've got a disability, if they haven't? Is music therapy open to absolutely everyone?
Yeah, so we are trained as music therapists to work with sort of any age group and anyone that has like different types of needs, and so it's provided through the NHS sometimes, but also privately. So if you want to find a music therapist, you can sort of have a look online, and you might be able to find someone privately. But yeah, we work with huge range of people, and myself, I work with adults and with children and with older adults and with babies, and people that are particularly people that find verbal communication difficult. So maybe people who have learning disabilities, people with dementia, really young children who would struggle to express verbally what they're going through. But yeah, anyone really. But I suppose you wouldn't necessarily go to music therapy unless you're having a hard time for some reason.
Yeah. And if I wanted to become a music therapist, I know you mentioned having a master's. What is the kind of route? Cornelia, she came in through psychology. What would you say is the kind of route to get into music therapy and teaching?
Yeah, I think so. Most people that do the music therapy masters will have done a music degree. I didn't. I did psychology degree. But you do have to have, they say, a professional level of musicianship in order to become a music therapist. But I think the training courses are really trying to become more inclusive about what that means. That traditionally it's been a more sort of classical training that people, classical music training that people have gone through and done the grades, and then you can show that you've done enough to get onto the training. But I think the music therapy courses are really trying to widen their ideas about what makes someone a good musician and a good therapist, and trying to be more open-minded about different types of music, especially from different cultural backgrounds, and how we can make sure we have a really wide range of musical backgrounds of music therapists.
I like that. And speaking of diversity, Cornelia, in occupational therapy, is there much diversity? How can we kind of encourage more people from kind of the local areas to get involved? Is it a thing where we need to be out there more talking in schools, or is it a thing where we need to be doing more on social media? Because I feel like to get people or more people into occupational therapy, from a variety of backgrounds, is there more that we need to be talking about, do you think?
I think talking about occupational therapy in schools, or when exploring kind of what school pupils want to do with their future, that could be something worth mentioning, because I think a lot of the time things like nursing, which is also an amazing profession, but it's very well known, and things like that get spoken about more than occupational therapy because it's just so heard of. And I do think that the apprenticeships that are now being offered just provide, they enable more people to be a part of the occupational therapy world, because not everyone does have the higher education to go to university, so it just makes it a lot more accessible, and we really want to have more diversity in the profession. So I think that the apprenticeship really enables that to happen.
I like that. So Angel, coming back to you, you're quite open with what you've been through and how music therapy has helped you. What's been the kind of general response from friends and family, people around you?
Everyone's been really supportive. Everyone knows that I have a big passion for music, so they really tried to help push me into focusing on that. So I've been getting a lot of support from family, friends, and everyone around me. I
like that. I do like that. And in terms of talking about building your brand, because you said that that's what you're doing and working on now.
Yeah.
What's the kind of goal? What's the goal for you? Where would you see yourself? Where would you like to be?
Well, I would like for my music to be heard by millions of people, if I'm honest. I've always dreamed of doing music as a career, and it's something I really want to go for, yeah.
I do like that. I've got Emma and Cornelia just nodding like, yes, we agree. So has music therapy kind of helped with is it a thing that helped with your confidence? Did you always have confidence, or was it something that helped you be able to kind of perform more?
I think it helped me boost my confidence a bit, yeah, because during that time I was admitted it was a bit low. So having that outlet there to like be able to play instruments with other people and just interact, it was great for me, for my confidence, yeah.
Yeah, no, I really like that. And in terms of kind of pushing your brand,
yeah,
what kind of advice would you give people that are kind of in a situation where they're like, I want to do music, I want to do music therapy, not sure how to push my brand, not sure how to kind of get into it? I know you said reach out to family and friends, but you know, if they're not comfortable with doing that, is there anything that you would suggest that kind of really helped you, that you would say, actually, do you know what, maybe you should try this?
I think there's a wide range of resources out there at the moment, and I think a lot of it is really uncovered. So if people really dig deep and let's say, you know, music is your thing, you really want to push it, or if it's a sport, have a look online. There's a lot going on. There's youth groups around, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of work that can be helped with.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it's super, super important. Like I say, get in touch with us at the Beat 1036 FM on the socials. If you've got any kind of thoughts, any questions, anything that you want to kind of get off your chest, we will be putting links on our website to resources where you can have a look, get some more information. You know, we've kind of been provided with some really, really good information to help you if you are in a situation where you just need a little bit of guidance. And I just want to talk, Angel, just a little bit more about your experience when it comes to being kind of by yourself, you know, because a lot of people do feel isolated. You were isolated because of COVID, right? You had to isolate for 10 days.
That's right.
How you said that it was your laptop and your mic that kind of helped you get through, but what kind of things do you feel really are kind of beneficial to people that literally feel like they're by themselves? Maybe they haven't got access to a mic or a laptop, and they just feel isolated. What would you say?
I would say maybe, see, with me, music is my hobby. So therefore, let's say you have a hobby like reading books, or, you know, you like playing sports. I'd say if you're isolated, try maybe learn something new as well. Maybe try venture into something you haven't done before, because you might find yourself really good at it and you might really enjoy it as well. So there's different aspects to it and there's different ways of taking it, but I feel like definitely trying something new, something that's not in your day-to-day life, could spark something.
Yeah, definitely. And what would you say, Cornelia, what would you say is one piece of advice that you would give from a kind of professional standpoint to people that are feeling like they need a little bit of help but maybe aren't super confident with reaching out yet to an occupational therapist? What advice would you give?
Well, it's definitely it's really important to talk about your mental health, and if you do feel like you're struggling, because there is this stigma about talking about mental health, but we have to just, you know, it's okay not to be okay, and people need to just talk about mental health more in order to open up those conversations and to get the help that they may need. There's things like the Mind website, which has really great resources to helplines if you do feel like you're struggling and you might not feel comfortable talking to someone that you directly know.
Yeah.
And there's also loads of resources about mental health on the Mind website, and links to groups in the community. And again, you know, getting involved in your community, and in, like Angel said, in things that, you know, trying new things that can really promote, you know, social inclusion and reduce loneliness. So if people are feeling socially isolated and lonely, and given the pandemic, loneliness and social isolation has really increased, and mental health difficulties have increased. It's worth maybe talking to your GP, because they can actually refer you to something called social prescribing, where you are linked with a link worker who will explore your interests with you and can point you in the right direction of things that are available in your community that you might be interested in. And then, you'll meet new people and just have new experiences. And it gets you up out of bed, and, you feel like you've achieved something that day. I go to Vauxhall City Farm, one Saturday a month, and I love it there. It's really great. I meet new people. I play with baby goats. It's really fun.
I love that.
They are looking for volunteers, so Vauxhall City Farm, and there's loads of city farms around London, and actually working with animals and being in nature has been proven to improve mental health. So get out onto the farms.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Emma, from a music therapist perspective, any advice for our listeners? Anything that you would kind of say? I mean, we have touched on quite a lot of ground here when it comes to trying new things, reaching out, doing something that you really, really like. But from your kind of professional opinion, has there been anything that you found overall really helps people?
I think, similar to what everyone else is saying, that if music's something that really motivates you, then try and find things in the local community. Like there's lots of, choirs that don't require any previous experience that you can just turn up.
Good, because I cannot sing a note in tune, and I would love to. So maybe I should join my local choir.
Yeah, I think that really doesn't matter for for a lot of choirs, and it's more about going and meeting people and sort of releasing something and having a good old sing song. And it doesn't matter your level of skill. I know it can be quite intimidating and a bit scary, and sometimes people feel like they do have to be really talented and have sort of innate ability to be a musician. But a lot of connection through music is not about being good at it. It's just about doing it together. And I think listening to songs as well that resonate with you, I know everyone does it, but don't underestimate the power of that just sitting and listening to a song that's really important to you, and maybe having a think about why that is, what the lyrics are saying, what that means to you, maybe sharing that with someone you trust, and sort of thinking with them about why these songs mean so much to you.
No, definitely, because even with me, if I'm ever feeling down or just feeling fed up, there are particular songs that I go to that I will play, and I'm like, this is guaranteed to make me feel a little bit better. So just out of interest, I want to know, I'm going to go through everyone. We'll start with you, Emma, because we are speaking to you. What would be your song of choice that kind of makes you feel good, makes you feel better, makes you feel like it's all going to be okay? On the spot a little bit.
It's such a hard question to answer. I think the tricky thing is that sometimes if you're feeling down or low or worried, sometimes you want a song that cheers you up and boosts your mood. Sometimes you want a song that just resonates, that you're like, oh, they get it. And really other people have had these feelings and these experiences, and all throughout history, everyone ever has always experienced distress and suffering, and that sometimes you just really want to hear that someone else has been there and it's not just you. I'm not sure I can give you a song. One of my favorite songs of all time is My Girl by The Temptations. I love that song.
Yeah, that's right. That is a good feel-good song, definitely.
Yeah,
I like that. Cornelia, what about you? Is there a song that you just think, this song is guaranteed to make me feel better? It's all going to be okay.
Yeah, so I had an interesting experience actually a couple of weeks ago in one of the groups that I was facilitating on the ward. So we were doing a creative group, and I said to the patients, we can each choose a song, pop a song on, and so we went around, put a song on whilst we were engaging in a creative activity, and then someone chose Three Little Birds by Bob Marley, and then the entire atmosphere changed, and everyone started singing. Everyone knew the lyrics, everyone was singing and dancing, and we were just all really happy in that moment. And after that, I just thought, that is actually the perfect song. If you're feeling
Really
down,
good,
that really is the perfect song. Yeah,
that is
it's
a
really
feel
fun.
good song.
Yeah.
Angel,
Yeah.
give me a song. And I'm not talking about yours, because we will get into yours. I've still got Jealous to play at the end. We will get into that. But what kind of song or songs make you feel good, make you feel better? I'm just trying to think of mine as I'm talking. There is a song, I think, Cornelia's got it with the Bob Marley, that always makes you feel good. And it sounds a bit cliche, but two songs. Bruno Mars, 24K Magic, always makes me feel like I'm just in a better mood. And Pharrell, Happy. It sounds a bit weird, but that song I just feel like I can't listen to Happy without just smiling and just feeling better. So for you, Angel, what songs would you choose?
I would probably choose quite an old song by Alicia Keys called Diary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that song for me, that just gets me every time. The way the piano comes in, it's just like, wow.
And that's kind of what Emma was saying about songs that you just resonate with.
Yeah.
You just really feel in your soul, and you're like, yeah, every single word you were singing, I get it. So talking about your some of the songs that you've written, so how long have you been writing for now?
I've been writing ever since, I'd say maybe 15.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, and tell me everything. Tell me why you first started writing, what kind of things you were writing about.
Well, while I was in high school, I was actually in a band. I was in a band with 3 other guys. I was just playing the piano though, wasn't singing at all. And then from there, after high school, everyone kind of drifted apart. Everyone went their different pathways. And then I thought I still wanted to do the music thing. So I invested myself in a little mic. And then, I just started from there. I was making beats at first.
Okay,
Well.
multi-talented. You can make beats, you can produce, you can master, I think you said. Wicked.
Yeah. And then, I just kind of taught myself through a lot of YouTube videos and stuff like that on how to work with the different systems and stuff.
And what has been your favorite piece that you've written? Has there been one particular song out of all of your songs? We have played House Is Not a Home, we'll play Jealous. But has there been one particular song that you've written that you're like, this is my favorite?
I think, a song that I wrote while I was actually on the ward, and it's called Old Times, Good Times. And that song there, I'd say, is probably my favorite song at the moment, because it really reflects on about everything to do with me and my life and how I got to that stage. And it's a song that every time I listen to it, I'm just like, wow, is this really me? Like,
I love that. Old Times, Good Times. And where can people find your music? Where can they find you? Where can they learn more about you? Where can they hear your songs?
Well, you can find me on all social media at Angel Mutesasira. It's quite a long surname, but
okay.
Yeah.
We will put a link on our socials and on our website as well to you. But is it kind of YouTube?
I've got a video on YouTube. I'm going to be posting more content on that soon as well.
Wicked.
And you can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, and all other major streaming platforms.
I like that. I do like that. And House Is Not a Home, that's already up?
Yeah, that's already out.
Jealous?
That's not out.
That's not out. When can we expect Jealous to be out?
Oh, so that's a tricky question. I'm not too sure.
So this is an exclusive here at the Beat London.
Yeah.
We have got an absolute exclusive of your song called Jealous. I am even more excited now. I cannot believe that. I can't wait to play that. We will get into that very shortly. Okay, so people know where to find you. Very, very good. Emma, tell me a little bit more about where people can find you, what kind of resources are out there that can help them, just so we can kind of round up and give people like a summary of the main points.
Yeah, so if you want to find out more about music therapy in the UK, the best place to go is BAMT, British Association of Music Therapy website, bamt.org.
Okay.
I think we'll share the you'll share the link after
Yes.
this show.
Yes.
You can find out more about sort of the training courses, what music therapy is, sort of different examples of what it is, and you can also find a therapist on there. If music therapy is something you think would be helpful for you, you can reach out and contact people, and they'll be helpful in that.
Is it kind of local? You can find people local to where you live?
Yeah, it's on a map, and you can click.
Oh,
yes.
Excellent, amazing. And Cornelia, so where can people find you? I know we have mentioned some of the resources before that we will put on the website. Are you happy to kind of just go through them again so people understand what kind of resources that we're looking at?
So if you want to find out more about what occupational therapy is, how to become an occupational therapist, so the different pathways to getting into the profession, and just anything OT related, then the Royal College of Occupational Therapy, they have a website, or we call them RCOT for short. So I think you'll be linking, and I think you'll be linking them on your website, so you can check that out. And then just also the Mind website, which again has so many resources really, and it's everything is written in a way where it's digestible, it's not using jargon. They've got links to community groups, to things in your area, and also social prescription, so that's another thing that you can check out.
And that helps match you locally, doesn't it, with people?
Yeah, so that's it's a local service, so you can get in touch with your local service through your GP, and they can send a referral. So there's loads and loads of resources out there, and and also podcasts about occupational therapy on Spotify. Resources are endless, really.
No, of course. And I do like the fact that you mentioned that it's not like kind of technical jargon, because a lot of people, when they're reading things and it's not in language that they understand, might switch off. So I like the fact that it's kind of everyone can understand it. It's straight to the point. It's really really useful. And we've got Mental Health Week coming up next month, haven't we, in May? We here at the Beat London are going to be promoting that, of course, because it's really important. It's something that we feel like everybody should be bringing to the forefront, talking about, making sure that it's something that we are helping with. Ask your friend how they're feeling, ask a family member how they're feeling. And for me personally, if I notice a friend is feeling down, I will always make sure that I reach out and make it clear that if you want to talk, I'm here. If you don't want to talk, it's okay, but if you want to talk, I'm here. So there are things that we, I believe, as a community can be doing to be helping our friends, family, loved ones. There is a online seminar on the 11th of May. It's a Wednesday between 1 and 2 p.m. with Jenny Groves, and it talks about battle scars, which talks about self-harm. So we will put the details out on our social media and our website as well. So if you do want to get involved in that, it's literally just an online seminar, so it's a Zoom link. Get in touch, or we'll put it on the socials and you can join directly. But Angel, can we talk very quickly about Jealous? Tell me the inspiration for the song, tell me why you wrote the song, tell me everything.
Well, with Jealous, it's quite a personal song for me. When I got sent the instrumental when I first heard it, I fell in love with it straight away, and I was like, I've got to write to this. So yes, you'll kind of hear what it's about, but it's a song that's really close to me.
I'm really excited. So how much did you get involved in this? Did you mix it as well, master as well?
I did.
So literally your songs are all produced and done by you?
Pretty much, yeah.
Incredible, multi-talented. Because sometimes in the industry you get people that just write the songs and then pass them on, and someone else performs them, and then someone else mixes and someone else masters. The fact that you have done all of this is absolutely incredible. I must say, I just want to pay homage to you and just say you are amazing.
Thank you so much.
Super talented, and I am really glad that you are in a much better place. I really am. And I just want to say thank you. Just like that, an hour has gone already. I can't actually believe how quick the time has flown. Cornelia, thank you so much for your time. Emma, thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming up talking about this, because I feel like You know, it's something that, again, I say it so many times, is really, really important to our society. We have to make sure that people are aware, you know, and if we've helped just one person today by listening and understanding about occupational therapy and music therapy, then I think we're doing all right. We're doing something right, you know. So I just want to say again, thank you both so much. Is there anything else from both of you that I've missed or that you think we should mention very quickly?
No, I don't think so. I think you covered everything. And I just want to say thank you and well done, Angel. You know, you've done such, you've really come so far, and it's been a pleasure to be part of your journey. And, you know, it's been so much fun working with you, and we'll definitely stay in touch.
Wicked.
You're
Emma,
you're going to be famous.
yes, I agree. Emma, what about you? Thank you, Cornelia.
Yeah, similarly, really just want to say thank you for giving us space to talk about our professions on this show, because they're often a bit misunderstood or people haven't heard of them. So it feels really great to be able to share something about what we do. And also, yeah, same to Angel, so proud of you and well done for all of your work. And I'm just so excited that your pieces are being played.
Definitely. So thank you again, Emma, and thank you to our listeners for tuning in. You know, this is something that is really important. This is the Beat London 103.6 FM, and you are listening to Sashel. In conjunction with Brent Health Matters, we have brought you mental wellbeing music therapy today. The conversation. Super excited. Angel, would you mind introducing your song, please?
Yep, so this is a track by me called Jealous. Hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah. It's hard for me to say you moved on, no. Knowing our love was really strong. Knowing all the things we should. Remember that day we paired. It's hard for me to say I gotta let go. Knowing my love for you just grows. I gotta get my head out the way. I know it's a shame you don't wanna know more. You don't wanna know more. I'm running all the time, asking you to come home. Every single line up the top of the dome. Always on your line and you go from Rome. It's hard for me to tell you I don't love you. It's hard for me to tell you I don't want you. I gotta take my time with it. Yeah, I swear I'm gonna get behind with it. I think I'm jealous of the way you move. I think I can't sleep at night without you. I wear my heart on my sleeve over you. And I just don't know what to do. And I just don't know what to say. But I know it's gonna be okay. Oh, baby, why'd you always say I'm lazy? Why'd you always think I'm crazy? And I know what you want, I'ma give it all